Hey y'all, welcome back. So we are continuing with the tropical ponies. I hope to have this part of the pony series done by the end of July, so I'm gonna try to do 4 ponies per video instead of my usual 3. Anyways, first up we've got Tropical Delight, and I knew that I wanted to give at least one of the tropical ponies this kind of hairstyle. I think they're called bubble braids. I just think they are a great hairstyle for a summer themed character, and I think they ended up looking really good with her blue and green hair. It's also a very easy hairstyle to draw because it's literally just a bunch of balls, so compared to my last video where I gave one pony super long braids, it's very refreshing to just give a pony a simpler hairstyle. And I probably will end up giving a similar hairstyle to more ponies in the future. I always try to put a lot of thought into these ponies' hairstyles because I know that will be the main thing besides their color that makes each one distinct. I really try to avoid having 2 or more ponies that look too similar. You'll see that I also gave her a pool floaty around her waist. I just thought an accessory like that would be perfect for a tropical design. Whenever I work on making an item semi-transparent, like a pool toy or glasses, I always draw it separately from the actual character. What I mean by that is I first have its line work on its own layer not connected to the line work of the character. Then for coloring, I color on top of the character's line work and color layers, but underneath the item's line work layer. That way I can lower that layer's opacity and make it look like you can see through the item to the character beneath. I'm probably not explaining this in a way that makes a lot of sense, so hopefully y'all can just watch my process and get a basic idea. Alright, so next pony is Baby Hula Lula, and I don't think I've done a baby pony since I did Rarity back in part 16, I believe. Actually, the remaining ponies in this video are all babies, funnily enough, and honestly, I think the baby pony model is so adorable. I don't think I even realized before I started this series that Generation 3 even had baby ponies. I know I never owned any as a kid. I actually do still own a lot of my old G3 dolls from my childhood, but none of them are baby ponies, so I don't know, maybe I'll try to find one for sale online or something. But anyway, for all of my baby pony drawings, what I like to do is take one of the pre-made bases I made for these drawings, where it's just the pony's body in a random pose, and I literally just shrink its body. I keep the head the same, I just shrink its body, and I think it does make the pony look more like a baby or whatever. For Hula Lula, I gave her this little sun visor that came with her doll, as you can see, and I gave her a short ponytail with this very bouncy individual curls. I was trying to make them look kind of like locks, but I don't know if they turned out that way. Either way, I do like the way they ended up looking. For some reason, the way I highlighted them makes them look kind of like candy, like licorice or gummy worms, and I just think that adds to her overall cuteness. I also gave her a little cowrie shell bracelet just to give her design a little something extra. I honestly love cowrie shells, whether they're in jewelry or hairstyles, and I definitely plan on giving some future ponies cowrie shell accessories too. Okay, so next up is baby Sandy Island, and she also wears a sun visor like Hula Lula. I believe they were both actually released as part of the same lineup, and funnily enough, their backcard stories actually mention one another, so it looks like these two are canonically friends, which is nice. Anyway, I wanted to give Sandy Island a different kind of hairstyle from Hula Lula, so I settled on these sort of shaggy pigtails. I was kind of going for a more rough and tumble sporty girl vibe, so I gave her a beach ball and a little band-aid on her leg. For coloring in the beach ball, I used the same method I talked about earlier with the pool floaty. You'll notice that her mane and tail have different colored streaks, so I definitely had to be careful with how I chose to color them in. Whenever I'm coloring in a pony's hair that is multicolored, I have to take into careful consideration which colors I want to be most prominent and which colors I want to be more of like an accent color. For a lot of the images that I have of the actual dolls, it can be kind of hard to see what all colors they have in their hair. You sometimes have to look a little closely. For Sandy Island, you can see there is a bit of orange in her mane, and I knew that color would stand out against the pink and turquoise because it is a warmer shade, so I had to be careful where I put that piece of color in relation to the other colors so that it doesn't take too much attention away from them, if that makes any sense. Alright, final pony of the video is actually my favorite pony from this video, and that is Baby Surfstar. For whatever reason, she turned out so adorable to me. I don't know if it's her expression, her pose, her hair, or her color scheme, but for some reason she's just so precious looking, and I really do love how she turned out. You can see I gave her a popsicle she's holding in her mouth, and a flower lei around her neck, as well as this really bouncy curly hair. I think all of those details, as well as her pink and yellow color scheme, I always love a pink and yellow color scheme, it all just made her look so sweet looking and fun. If you kind of look closely at the picture of the doll, I know it kind of looks like her hair is all pink, but there is actually some purple and orange in there too. So in order to make the pink color of her hair the most prominent, I made it have an ombre to purple and a single strand of the orange sort of in the back, just to serve as an accent, and I think her hair colors turned out really nicely. When it comes to choosing colors for additional accessories that I give to these characters, I like to look for a secondary color somewhere already in the pony's design and bring that color into the item. For Surfstar, if you look at her cutie mark, you'll see that there is actually some light blue in there, and it actually serves as a sort of break from all the warmer toned colors in her design. So I brought that blue color into her accessories, like in her lei, popsicle, and hair bows. I have found that when you can repeat a secondary color in a design instead of just choosing a whole new color, you can really make a design look more cohesive and harmonious in its color palette. Alright, so that's all I've got for this video. I had so much fun with this one. Be sure to stay tuned for more next week, and until then, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching!